Hello, everyone. In the previous session, I have given the description of what is Vedic psychology and human resource development. I have mentioned the sources of Vedic psychology from the Vedas, the four Vedas, the Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda, and also Atharvana Veda, and also other Vedic literatures such as the Idihasas, the Ramayana, the Mahabharata, and also the Upanishads and the Puranas. All these are considered to be the literatures from the Vedic context. So I have mentioned that Vedic psychology, it offers some holistic framework for understanding human behavior, human motivation, and also human potential. And it can be effectively applied in the field of HRD or human resource development. Now, Vedic psychology, it emphasizes some of the key areas or key emphasis of Vedic psychology is on self-realization, self-awareness, and self-growth. Okay, self-realization, self-growth, but it begins with self-realization. Self-realization is the base. Self-realization, self-awareness, self-realization, personal growth, for us to live ethically, also to align our personal goal with collective well-being. So there are a lot of areas that we can look at how Vedic psychology can be applied to the field of human resource development. I mentioned that self-realization is essential aspect, essential component of Vedic psychology. Self-realization to realize our inner potential. Like one of the important concepts in the Vedic psychology is the Atma, or the soul, or the real self, depending on how it is being translated. Atman is not something that is easily translatable, just like any other concepts from the Vedic psychology. You will not be able to find an accurate or equivalent word to describe in English language. So the concept of Atman, or the real self or the self, is central in the Vedic thought or in the Vedic philosophy or in Vedic psychology. It emphasizes something that one needs to realize something higher than just the ego. Emphasizes realizing one's higher self beyond ego, beyond the body. I mentioned that body, there are 5 elements, material elements. The body consists of 5 material elements: earth, water, air, ether, and fire. Okay. Then you have, that is a physical body. And you have the subtle body, mind, intelligence, intellect, and the ego. The concept of Atman in Vedic psychology is beyond all that I have mentioned. Atman is a true self in Vedic psychology, and it refers to something that is eternal, sanatana, eternal, unchanging essence that lies in the core of every individual. Atman is present in the heart of every living being. Ishvara Sarvabhutanam Hrideshi Arjuna Tishyati. Krishna is describing it to Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita. There are many characteristics of Atman, which we can find from the Vedic literatures, in the Vedic psychology. As I said, Atman is unchanging and eternal. Body can change, but the Atma that resides in the body will not change. Dehi no shmim yatha dehi kaumaram yavanam jara tatha dehantara praptir dirashtatra na muhyati. This is taken from the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, verse 13, that says that the body can undergo changes from childhood to adulthood and then to old age. In the same way, the soul, the Atma, also changes from one body to another body upon expiry of this body. And a self-realized person is not bewildered by this change or will not be affected by this change. Dirashtatrana muhyati. And it is also said Atma is beyond birth and death. Atma is all-pervading. It is Sharvagata. It is present in every living being, connecting every being in a universal consciousness. So it is said that even I'm quoting from the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 5, verse 18, there is a sloka that says that one who is learned, a pandita, is someone who sees an equal vision of all the living beings. Vidya vinaye shampanhe brahmane gavi haschini. Suni chaiva swapake cha panditaha samadarshinha. Pandita is one who sees an equal vision of every living being. So that means here, Atma is present everywhere. It's present in the heart of all the living beings. It is all pervading. And there are many, many more characteristics of Atman that has been described in the Vedas and in the Vedic literatures. What I have provided is some of the quotes from the Bhagavad Gita, which is very, very popular source very, very popular because it summarizes the essence of the Vedic teachings, the Upanishads. In fact, Bhagavad Gita itself can be considered as an Upanishad. So this concept of Atman holds profound implication to the field of people development, human resource development. Most of the time, our awareness of Atma is very, very minimum. Our awareness is more to the waking world, also to some extent dream world. This is from Mandukya Upanishad, talks about 4 different levels: waking world, dream world, deep sleep, and also something that is beyond the deep sleep. In Upanishad, if you learn Mandukya Upanishad, you will be able to discover, you will be able to know what I'm saying. We are not going to explore Mandukya Upanishad here, but this concept of Atman has a profound implication in the field of people development, human resource development, which can be applied anytime. Even today, it is applicable. Because although these teachings are ancient, it is timeless. So HRD process, HRD practices can focus on discovering the inner potential of people, employees. Employees, if they are aware about their true self, it helps them to discover their core strength, their passion, their talents. What's their purpose? Everyone needs to understand the purpose of life. Vedanta teaches, the Vedic psychology teaches that we need to understand what is our purpose, why we are born, why are we here, where are we going. Looking at the, like Vedanta Sutra says, Atato Brahma Jigyasha, now is the time to inquire about Brahman. So HRD process will assist the employees to discover that potential that they need to discover. And this can be achieved through many personal development programs, trainings, mentoring, other reflective practices that can foster self-awareness, growth, allowing employee to align their inner potential with their professional roles. Self-awareness is crucial part of emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence, self-awareness, self-management, awareness of people around you, societal awareness or social awareness, and relationship management. So that is why Atman is very, very important. The concept of soul in the Vedic psychology, completely new to some. You might have heard about the soul, but understanding of the soul might not be as your understanding might not be as described in detail in many of the ancient literature from the Vedic context. So in the next session, I can provide more about how the Atman can influence HRD practices and also employee development. All right. Thank you, everyone, and see you in the next session.